Welcome, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. If you're thinking this is too early,
You're wrong.
you're absolutely correct. But didn't have a choice this morning. But we've got to go help a guy, a friend of ours, get back over from Seattle. He had a little bit of an unexpected end to his vacation and wasn't prepared to have to come back today. So
Valid.
we're going to have to we're going to help him get back. And
Sam's going to take me to the zoo.
nope, we're not going to the zoo. We're not going to the zoo 4th of July weekend. That's crazy talk. Because there will be
There's always people there.
zounds of people there. Like
No, not really. It's not like a tourist.
human bacteria all over the place. And I don't mean like real bacteria. Humans are the bacteria today. No.
It wouldn't be that bad. It'd be like any other day.
No, it wouldn't. Because everybody's done with their 4th of July stuff. This is the last day. Kids are all cranky. We need to make the kids happy. Let's take them to the zoo.
Right.
Because it's cheap.
It's not cheap.
It is, comparatively
I
speaking.
mean, it's not like Silverwood, but yeah. Or
Comparatively
Disneyland.
speaking,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
cheap.
Gosh.
So, how about no?
I keep trying. We have one weekend in like 2 weeks. Maybe I can do a Seattle touristy thing.
Karen is here.
Good morning.
Good morning, Karen. Alter is here. Wow, bright and early, guys and gals. Good, impressive. Good morning indeed, Doug says. I'm up early and out on the lake. The fish aren't biting, so hopefully this livens things up. Well, I don't think you watching
I don't
us
know. It's going to help you.
will help your fish start biting more often. And how are you getting reception on the lake up in the middle of no freaking where? That's what I'm wondering. I swear Doug is a sleeper agent for someone. Because dude is never not connected. Never. Driving down the road where we usually lose reception. Dude's on and chatting. That is super freaking weird. I'm sorry, dude. So at some point, you're going to have to share that top secret information with me. Tom and Maribeth says, breakfast time, that means it's too early. Breakfast time? Dude, it's 10:30 where you are. That's lunchtime for her normally.
At Dice Tower East already?
I know.
10:30. You should already be there.
You're late, brother. Today at the zoo, the wildest critters are outside the cages. See?
I just want to go. I haven't been to the zoo in years, and I'm really hankering to go to the zoo.
Here's the thing. Almost nothing has changed.
That's why it's amazing. It's great. I know the map in my head. I don't have to look at anything. I know where all the animals are. I know the trails. I know the routes. I have a whole loop that I make. I got this.
They're probably the same animals that were there the last time you saw them. They're all gray-haired now. And they're not swinging around anymore. They're like, get off my lawn. I'm telling you.
Well, the aquarium's really expensive.
A lot of water.
Yeah, the aquarium.
A lot of water.
Yeah. The aquarium's nice.
I am eating breakfast because it's 7:30 where we are. It's 10:30 where you are.
That's literally my lunch break time at work.
Granted, that zoo is pretty awesome, but there are no elephants anymore.
I know. Okay, wait, let me tell you a little bit about the elephants.
Never going anymore then.
I loved the elephants. Now, Dante, hands down, loved the elephants. He called them EEs, because they had 2 E's in the word elephant. Anyway, he loved the elephants. We knew all their names. We knew all their stories. We knew everything. We were at the zoo one week, and then we were at the zoo the next week, and it was the day after they snuck out the elephants in the middle of the night. And they literally did it because they knew there were going to be like protests and riots and stuff, because what had happened is one of the elephants had gotten her tusk stuck in the gate, and as she tried to pull it out, it pulled her tusk out, and they were saying that it wasn't a safe environment for them, and there was this whole political debate. So they literally took him in the middle of the night. We're at the zoo, as our normal Thursday morning activities. We're at the zoo, and there's like reporters and cameras and people, and we're like, what's going on? And they came up to us and they go, how do you feel now that the elephants have been moved? They stuck them out in the middle of the night. They're on camera, and Dante is standing there going, no ease. And he starts to cry, and I'm getting all sad. And then NPR comes up and interviews him, and they're like, oh my gosh, it was a whole deal. We were there the day after they moved them at night. We loved those elephants. I'm just saying, I really love that zoo.
Come on.
We really loved that zoo.
You're really kind of downplaying the word love there, I think.
Okay,
How
we
did
enjoyed.
you love elephants
We
that you saw?
enjoyed the zoo.
That you saw, like, what, 4 times over your lifetime?
No, I went like every week. Literally.
That was a leading question to get your craziness out on the airwaves.
I literally
Every
went,
week to the
maybe
zoo?
sometimes twice a week. What? I had a membership. We went all the time. Didn't cost me anything. I would just go all the time. All the time.
Ryan says, happy birthday, America. A zoo trip sounds awesome. I was with you on your first sentence. You lost me on your second.
I tried. I
Hope
was like,
everyone is having a
over.
great weekend.
Always.
We are having a great weekend, yeah. Just as long as you stay on the alert, especially when there are anthropomorphic animals involved or human bacteria.
I mean, true. Oh, I love that zoo.
Who wants to go to a zoo that doesn't have elephants?
I know.
What a cranked out zoo.
I know. I mean, we used to go, they had a whole exhibition with the elephants for years, where the elephants had come up into this closer area, and they would show them how the elephants would work, and they would move logs, and they would just, I loved that zoo.
That was literally slave labor. They were getting incarcerated animals to work for free.
They got food.
Oh, they got food, so that made it all better.
I loved that. I love that zoo. I mean, we had favorite animals at every thing. We had a route where we took our lunches. We knew we were at a picnic. We knew, like, I literally was there every week.
This guy says
Thursday day.
The last zoo I went to had Arctic foxes in the same enclosure with a black bear. They actually played with each other. Watching a bear chase a fox was the cutest thing ever. Cool. I can see that. Especially if it's a cub. If it was a cub and a...
Oh, yeah, they're very playful.
What do you call baby foxes?
Kits.
A kit?
A kit.
Like...
I swear. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Like Knight
Baby
Rider?
fox? Yes.
That's what Knight Rider was named after? A baby fox?
Now, I don't know, but I swear it was a kit.
Now I know Kit was K-I-T-T in Knight Rider, but come on.
I don't know, but I'm looking it up. But I
Jessie needs to go on a safari.
Maybe they're just
She will not
cubs.
come back from a safari.
I would definitely die.
She would get eaten by a lion.
I would definitely die.
With her luck, we'd be clipping along at a good 30 clicks through the safari, and she'd fall off the back of the truck. And nobody would notice except me. And then I wouldn't be able to communicate to our guide that my wife just fell off the back of the truck.
Right.
And she would get eaten by a lion with her luck.
Cub, pup, and kit are all correct terms for a baby fox.
So you just chose to use the least used word out of those three.
No, I think...
Because I'm pretty sure foxes are canines, so I would imagine why they would be called pups.
But...
And cubs.
Wolf pups... I think, I swear, I've always said kit. I've been to the zoo a lot. I know all about the baby fox.
You're getting another glimpse into why I don't want to go to the zoo, because it's no longer, wow, look at all these cool animals. It's this person, and I have my own little personal guide with me.
So 1 year.
These kids grew up in the Alaskan wilderness, and we moved them here in 1982 in December. So the Seattle Zoo is the best zoo in the world. Yeah. This is what I like, going to museums with her where she doesn't know anything. Because then she... Now listen, I love her. I love my wife. I love her voice. But walking through a museum that she has been to 15,362 times is like walking through a documentary that you can't stop. It's just the way it is. So I don't want to go to the zoo that you've been to 13,365 times.
We were at the zoo so much that Daphne would correct people at the zoo.
Oh my gosh.
Daphne would correct. We were one time at the river otters. And the river otters are really cool up close because as they're going underwater, it looks like the little bubbles are coming out of their belly, but it's coming out of their fur because the way they're, you know. And there's like a group of teenagers there, and they're like, wow, that's so weird that they breathe out their belly. And Daphne's 5. And she's like, they don't breathe out their belly. That's the way that their fur holds the insulation of the air. And
okay, you think that she was like overacting there? She wasn't. That's exactly how that probably went on. No, they're not. That's where their puppies live. You stupid person.
That's exactly how it went down. Oh, gosh.
A documentary you can't stop. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. She needs to become a tour guide. Yes.
I've been a tour guide.
She needs to get paid for that because that's what she's really good at.
If I could somehow figure out a way to host Wenatchee tours and give all the information to tourists and make money, I would do that.
She does go, Ryan says, go full tour guide. Yes.
I do.
You should get a mic and a speaker that clips onto a pocket.
I already own one.
You haven't seen her at work. That's what she does.
I have a mic. It's clipped onto my pocket with a speaker.
Vanessa says, that's me 100%. I'm telling you, ever since I met you and I met her, I've been under the belief that you two were separated at birth. Tom and Maribeth, you should check out the zoo when you are here. It is pretty good. Probably won't have the time, Tom says. Vanessa says, we just finished shopping at Costco. You went to Costco? No, actually, I see the logic there.
Go today. It's a great day to be at Costco.
She said it was crazy.
Oh, really? Oof. Ours was crazy on Thursday.
Unless there is one in Wenatchee.
Zoo. Well, you get to see us,
Well,
and we're enough.
I had
Have you
something.
seen my house?
I had something very pithy to say,
Oh,
but
dear,
I'm
say it.
choosing not to say
Okay.
it because that might get me into trouble. Because
say anything. No, don't say it. But
I might seem compassionless. I'm not.
he's not.
Vanessa says, my friend Rich hates when I give facts on things. I can't help it. I love sharing facts. It makes me happy.
When we took a visitor that we had last month to Umi Gardens, I made sure I gave them the personal tour.
That I'm on board with because I know who you're talking about. Well done.
It's a beautiful place. I gave them the full tour.
Oh, it's a beautiful place. You're correct. Yes. The zoo in Wenatchee says Healy over there.
I mean, have you?
There's a slice of truth to that. Well, we have
animals.
We have
Cages.
We have 4 enclosures. We have 4 enclosures, 3 upstairs and 1 downstairs. And
we let the animals out every once in a while.
the brown bear that we have living
right.
downstairs is usually in her cave, and you have to. If she comes out of her cave, it's a sight to see to get food. The polar bear that lives upstairs is sometimes we have to send him out to spend time with the rest of his family. But when he's here, he usually makes strange noises watching the TV in his own cave. And the meerkat that lives up in the last one is seen more often than not. Well, more often than the others. But when he comes outside, he usually looks very confused. And we have to give him many directives so that he doesn't kill himself and us. We also have 3 domesticated animals that freely roam the zoo, and the zookeepers do our best to
feed and water
keep them from destroying everything.
And each other.
And each other, yes, that is correct. Eric is in 1 enclosure. That's only for the VIP tour. Yeah, we don't let Eric out very often, and he's happy with that. He's not a people person. My mom is listening right now. She said, me and my dad both spit facts while watching TV, and it annoys her. I will do that if we're watching the correct thing. But she will do it
if we're watching Curious George.
in a number of different things. We were watching Fail TV last night, and I think you had a couple of facts about whatever.
Yes, I did.
Whatever we were watching. Oh, that's in such and such a place. And when you're in such and such a place, that actually blah, 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 blah. I'm like, we're literally watching people destroy themselves on TV. And you came out with facts about that.
Okay, first off.
Remarkable.
First off, I'd like the world to know I'm very sad that I've caught up on all my AFV that is available on streaming, because there is sometimes that is my level of brain activity. I can watch America's Funniest Videos, brainless, clean, no cuss words, no bleeping. And
Eric is here. All right. Hello, Eric. Eric says, I escape a lot. Now, the last time I thought I actually snuck out and my dad didn't realize it. The last time I remember thinking that was when he looked me dead in the eye and he said, "No more sneaking out." I was like, I think I won't do that anymore.
I think I won't do that.
David Brownlee says, howdy, howdy. I regret to inform you that the British were able to maintain control of the colonies in yesterday's game of 1775 Rebellion. Expect a rematch next 4th of July. So we're just supposed to live in that alternate reality for the next 12 months, dude? Fine. I will talk every day like this. Yes. I would have probably been a British officer. I'm not doing that for 12 months. Alter says, on the topic of animals, I credited Sam a while ago for severely influencing me. I bought Blood Rage and Gnar, but believe it or not, we even got a dog last week. I kid you not. I don't know why I would have been instrumental in your purchasing of a dog. Otter.
Blood Rage and Gnar. 2 great games.
Both of those are really good games.
I
And
love them.
yes, I did see that Tabletop Tycoon, or Table Tycoon, whatever he calls himself now, is crowdfunding a standalone expansion to Blood Rage. Brand new. It's what Eric has been working on, Eric Lang. It's what Eric has been working on for the last couple of years. Because Strider makes so many appearances. Let me go ahead and look at it. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. Blood Rage. I'm typing in Blood Rage Tycoon for this search. Tycoon Games. Yeah, Blood Rage Valhalla. Blood Rage Valhalla is a standalone, I'm sorry, not expansion, sequel. And frankly, from the looks of it, it looks like
cards look the same. I mean,
it looks like a reprint, not just a sequel. It looks like a reprint of, because they're showing with new miniatures.
Well, it would probably have new gods, new, like.
Wow. I would. Players will rage beyond Ragnarok and battle to earn the gods' favor.
Are there more pictures or?
Will there be a chance? Okay, these are questions that are on the Game Found pre-launch page. Will there be a chance to buy the whole Kickstarter edition of Rising Sun?
That doesn't even. It's a totally different.
Well, maybe. Maybe. I'm seeing so many negative comments on 2 of Eric Lang's upcoming board games. This and Clash of Clans on Kickstarter. Seems like people are raging, don't realize they're providing free advertising for the company. That's true. It's absolutely true. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not. I know that covering it here will get other people to look at it. I'm not worried about that. You go make your own decision. I don't know if I'm going to do this. I'll be honest with you.
Well, I'm sure you have to read more and learn more.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll follow the campaign and I'll see and I'll make my decision. But I mean, Blood Rage is my favorite game of all time. It's something I'm going to have to at least look at.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll take a look at it. We'll see how it goes. But Blood Rage returns. Here, let me go ahead and share my screen. That way everybody can take a look. Video capture. No, not video capture. Screen capture. Add. And now I have to go here and go to window. What window do you want me to use? I want you to use that one. Okay. So now we'll do that. And we'll go ahead and share what we're looking at here. Blood Rage returns. Ragnarok has ended the world, but the fight continues in Valhalla. Grow your clan's strength beyond their mortal limits and draw the favor of the gods that have traveled from the realms of Asgard to witness your glorious combat. Each playthrough will bring different gods to the table. This really sounds like Blood Rage. Forcing your clan to attempt as different boons, blessings, and monsters. Adapt, sorry. Making sure that the unending battle is always unpredictable. Call upon your armies. And Eric Lang's trilogy repackaged and remastered. So it looks like Rising Sun will be available. I don't know about the whole thing. Repackaged and remastered. Yeah. See, I just don't know. This looks like they're calling it a sequel, and I want to know how it's a sequel and not the full thing. Why are they calling it a standalone sequel and not just a reprint? Comes Eternal Combat. So are we not battling in Midgard anymore? Are we battling in Valhalla? And the board's going to be different? Is that all? I don't know. And I don't like here, and this is super nitpicky, I'm sorry, but this is what blows me out of the water, visually speaking. Why do they have these titles out of order? Ankh was the last one. It should be over here. And Blood Rage and Rising Sun should be over here in that order. Why?
It's alphabetical.
I don't care if it's alphabetical. It's out of order. Because this is not how they came out.
Right.
And I'm not saying, well, maybe they were talking about left to right. No, even then. Blood Rage was the first. Well, that's why it's center. It shouldn't be. The first always goes over here. And then you go in succession. So it should be Blood Rage, Rising Sun, and Ankh.
And now we know how Sam's brain works.
Well, at least in that realm, yes, that is correct. Okay, call upon your warriors, the newly dead, and those twisted and warped by centuries in the land of Asgard. It's a divine battle royale pulling from all the reaches of the afterlife, from the armies of hell to the Valkyries of Valhalla, returning the amazingly detailed and premium quality miniatures you've come to expect from Blood Rage, Rising Sun, and Ankh. Okay, this sounds like new miniatures and a new map, but the same game. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, I hope that they will include the original map. Maybe it's a double-sided map. They'll have the original map in there, then you'll flip it over, and you'll be able to battle in Valhalla. But I don't know how that's going to look. And, I mean, Eric is the designer here. It's not like somebody bought, I mean, okay, so Dan at Tycoon Games bought the rights for Blood Rage from Simon. We all know that. And he also bought, of course, Ankh and Rising Sun as well. He bought all those games. And I think there were a couple others. I don't remember what they were. But Eric is the one that has been designing this, apparently, because I know Eric made a post that this is something I've been working on for 2 years.
Nice.
And now it's going to be published. So we'll see. I am wary. I'll just put it that way for now. Hopefully my wariness will be, resolved at some later time. Let's see here. Interesting thing is, I asked Danny how much the War for Independence with the U.S. was covered in their history classes. He said hardly at all. Well, of course. And I'm not trying to be snippy here, but you don't, usually if you are the loser, you don't cover it as much. That's just the way it is. If we would have lost, we would be learning British history. Mm-hmm. There wouldn't be American history.
Right.
So, sorry. Alter says, true credit where credit is due, though. It wasn't Sam who convinced me, but my daughter. She'd wanted a dog ever since she was, well, still in her cradle. It's a rescue dog from Macedonia.
Ooh, what kind of dog is it?
What kind of dog is it? Yeah. They're just going to get more of Sam's money. I don't know. And there's a lot of reasons why I don't know right now. But we'll see. We'll see. David Brownlee says, if the expansion is standalone, then it has to include the full game. Well, yes, I understand that. But I'm hoping that they could easily put in both boards, right? Where you can use the original board and the other board by just doing a double-sided board. I don't know. We'll see. Wasn't paying attention, looked on Kickstarter, but now I see it's game found. The wise thing for me would be to get to grips with the base game first. Correct. They are in alphabetical order. Right. Might also be chronological by theme. Again, neither of those matter because they did not come out chronologically. And when you name something as a trilogy, you should put them in order. Like, what if I had a picture of the original Star Wars trilogy, and on the far left was Return of the Jedi, and then I put A New Hope, and then I put The Empire Strikes Back. Everybody would go, why are these out of order? That's David, I know you're just being contrarian, but yes. Tycoon has to make its money after buying the rights.
I'm sure.
Well, yeah. You're correct. Dog equals kind. Undetermined. It is simply a canine
dog.
Animal. Yep.
Okay, what color is said canine?
Could also say undetermined, depending on what kind of mix they had.
Right.
Simon's fault for not releasing the games in order. See? David is just being contrarian.
He just likes to keep you on.
Yeah, he does. Weren't the Star Wars movies out of order too? No. No, they weren't out of order. A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back. It's literally a story that's being followed. Oh, but there's the prequels. No. I'm not entirely sure that the prequels were part of the story that was written before the first 3 Star Wars movies were made. I'm not sure. I think Lucas says that they were. We'll go ahead and believe him. And that the technology wasn't correct yet to make the original. The technology wasn't correct yet to make the original 3. A New Hope. I mean, they were pioneers for a lot of that stuff. LucasArts and Lucasfilm and Industrial Light and Magic and Skywalker Sound. All of those companies came about because of the Star Wars movies. So, I don't know. Canine color, golden.
Golden.
So
okay.
aptly called Goldie.
Aw, good name.
Yeah. Tom's trying to get snippy.
Oh, dear Tom. Why is he snippy?
He says, What episode number is A New Hope? It's episode 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
So it's Star Wars' fault, and Sam has been confused since the late 1970s.
Well.
Not correct. Narnia was written out of order too, author says. I agree with Sam about Star Wars. The prequel was only because of the success of the original. I think so. What?
I want to know what order Narnia was released in now.
I don't know.
Because I don't know that. I don't know that information.
Wasn't Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe the first one?
Yes. So that's why I'm saying if it were released.
When did Silver Chair happen?
Silver Chair isn't one of the titles.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure? I'll find out for you.
Thanks. I want to reread Narnia. I haven't read those in a long time.
Chronicles of Narnia. Oh, did you see that?
Silver Chair, not Silver Throne.
I didn't say Silver Throne. I said Silver Chair.
Throne.
I'm pretty sure I said chair.
I'm pretty sure I heard
I was definitely thinking chair.
I'm pretty sure I heard throne, so maybe I'm wrong.
But look, it's right there. It's right there. Wow, holy pop-ups, Batman. Just so everybody can to see.
I loved The Horse and the Boy. That was a great one.
The what?
The Horse and the Boy.
The Horse and His Boy, thank you very much. Come on, lady, get it right. Prince Caspian. Mm-hmm. Oh, the Magician's Nephew was first, not The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I didn't know that.
Maybe the same people that took this picture took the same picture that had Ankh and everything out of order. So maybe we were correct. And The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Oh, no. We were wrong.
I didn't know that. I always read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe first.
Maybe that's what she means. All right, done with that.
Okay, go back. We got to talk about games. We have like very little time.
Nah. We're fine.
We are fine.
What in the heck? Do this. Been a long time since I read them. I don't remember. Remember. Oh, remember. Remember. See, you got it. You got there, Tom. Keep trying, Tom. You'll get it. He said chair.
Okay, see, I heard throne in my head.
Lion was published first. Nephew is chronologically first.
That's why I read Lion first.
Silver Chair is a band. Here she goes. Needless information.
Yeah, I love Vanessa.
Silver Chair, huh? Silver Chair is a band? Silver Chair Music. Silver, it's one word though. It's a rock band. Australian rock band, which formed in 1992 as Innocent Criminals in Newcastle, New South Wales, and with Daniel Johns on vocals and guitars. Cool.
Now I know.
I'll be gaming today and tomorrow. I also did some gaming yesterday after visiting Kennywood. I tuned in for this. Man, I need a life. Just be happy with what you have in your cage, Eric. You've got a roof over your head. You got 3 squares a day. Be content, brother. So yesterday for...
we got to play some games too.
Yep, we got to play some games yesterday. We had a day off. JT and I played Citizens of the Spark 2 times. We played 2 games of it with 2 different sets of characters. And I have to say I enjoyed myself. And I think that might even be a game that you would probably be able to handle. But it depends on the card, how complex it is. And how interactive it is depends on the characters that are in the deck, and it can change. There's like 30. His Kickstarter copy has 33 different character types, and you only use in a 2-player game. I think you only use 6 or 7 of them. I think 7. So you use 7 of them. So that's pretty neat. Any new games since Origins? Tom asks.
We have a whole bunch upstairs that are new, but I don't know if we got those at Origins.
Those were ones that we got at Origins, and so we actually did play a lot of them. Yesterday we played... Well, Coffee Rush is one that we played yesterday.
We played We played Icar.
Before JT and I went live, she and I played Icar from Bitewing Games.
We played...
No, not Icar. We played Iliad yesterday. We played Icar at church on Thursday.
Oh, well, it was this weekend. So
yeah. So we've played both Icar and Iliad. We've played Icar twice.
We played it twice.
And then we've played Iliad once.
And what did you think of the monsters?
Yeah, monsters are tough. In Icar, the monsters are tough to beat. It's a very simple game where you're just trying to get all of your tokens out on the board before your opponent does. But each of the people that you have out on the board do something special, and it seems to me that the monsters' powers are more powerful individually than the gods' powers individually are. I don't know that the monsters are just overpowered, but it seems like each individual monster seems to be slightly more powerful than one of their counterparts. But I don't know. We played Iliad yesterday.
I liked that one.
It looks very similar to Icar.
Yeah.
But it plays very differently.
Totally different.
Plays totally different. So in Iliad, you're placing tiles down onto a grid, and when you get a complete column or a complete row filled in, it scores based on the value of your army versus the value of your opponent's army.
In that row or column.
In that row or column. And you're getting victory tokens that are on either end. Like each row has a victory token on either end, and the winner of that row gets to pick which one they want, and then the other person gets the other one.
I got a lot of -10s. I'm just saying.
It wasn't as...
I got a lot of -10s. The only reason I didn't have -60 is because I was able to turn in 3 of those -10s.
Yeah, but I mean, it was much closer than she would want you to
It was
pick.
close.
It was like 35 to 28 at the end of the game.
It was close.
So.
But I kept getting negatives so much. It was fun though. I actually liked it.
Let's see. I was late. Did you already cover the plan for the week? No, I haven't, David. We'll get there just a minute.
I don't know what the plan is.
We've got 9 games played on the camping trip already. Hoping for 3 more today. Weekly plan is more torture. But you keep coming back, Eric. We've been playing all our nature-themed games. We're enjoying the Trailblazer, the Arizona Trail. I got Hadrian's Wall off the Shelf of Shame a couple days ago. A good pick if you like combo-tastic multiplayer solitaire games. I've not played this weekend yet. Vanessa says, I have the original Trailblazer. I like it, but it wasn't popular in my group. We'll likely sell it. Let's see, yesterday we played Iliad. And then JT and I played, again, just thinking chronologically, it's what helps. JT and I played Citizens of the Spark.
We're back to chronologically.
Yep. And then after that, he and I went upstairs, and Mel came over with him and hung out with Jess. That's why Jess wasn't manning the chat yesterday. Mel came over.
Chatting, but just not on the
she was chatting with Mel upstairs. And so the four of us played Coffee Rush. And then we played Positano, a 4-player game of Positano. And then we played
Vegas Strip.
We played a round of Vegas Strip just to kind of get the rules underneath our feet. And Jessie and I were on the team together, and she and I just did not understand the game. I made mistakes. She was like,
I'm just randomly putting things out.
And so it was a rough first round. We're gonna have to try it again. And
I don't know about
go
that.
from there. But it was late in the day at that point, and JTML needed to get back to finish.
I don't even know
cooking their dinner and all that kind of stuff.
That game, I don't even know what happened in that game. Like, I still don't get it. But I liked the Iliad one. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, Iliad.
That one was kind of fun.
Iliad.
Nice, fun 2-player.
Yep. So we actually got, we won't count Vegas Strip. That doesn't really count. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4 games played yesterday.
And then one on Thursday.
And one on Thursday. So 5 games over the weekend. That's not bad
for us.
That's not bad.
We're usually pretty busy.
Icar is definitely on my wish list. Citizens Might Be watched yesterday and thought it looked interesting. Played Nocturne yesterday. Liked the mechanics, bidding, set location, set collection, but theme not so much.
Who's that?
That's Alter. Doug says we liked the John Muir Trail game quite a bit. I used to live where the John Muir Trail is in Concord, California. Or maybe where it starts or ends or something like that. That's where he is popular from, John Muir. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we liked the John Muir Trail game quite a bit, but we love backpacking and have hiked some of that. So the artwork of places we've been adds to the enjoyment.
Oh yeah, that's super cool.
Can't Citizens of the Spark be a 4-player game? Yes. Why didn't ladies join? Well, for a couple of reasons. We didn't know how Jess would enjoy the game because of the kind of game that it is. And we usually, we like playing games with Jess, but we want people to enjoy their time, especially if it's being recorded.
Because I don't have you guys can watch our old videos, right? Again, and I will make that face.
It's all about enjoyment. I make the face as well. And a lot of people used to tell me that I was a grumpy person because of how I look when I play a game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever, I'm having a blast. But that's my concentration face.
My face gets very...
So anyway, that's one of the reasons. Second reason is Mel doesn't want to be on screen. That's the long and the short of it. At least that's my interpretation of it.
And it was nice to just have some time with just her and I to chat. We don't usually get that.
So that was that. That was why. Vanessa, we need to play one of the Trailblazer games on the cruise, Doug says.
I'm in.
Eric, did your parcel arrive already? Micah asks. Vanessa, parks is becoming more fun now that I've been to 3 national parks. Hopefully I'll add more in the future.
Nice.
Vanessa says. One of the things that I was thinking of yesterday after we got done playing Positano is I didn't buy the 5 to 6 player expansion, and I am quite happy that I did not after having played it with 4 players. I did not really enjoy myself that much.
Right, with 4.
Because I've found that when I am having to bid on a communal pool of things and being able to pick out of that, I am not good at keeping track of what everybody else is looking
Oh,
for.
I don't even try to do that. So that's why I
And-
don't do well.
But that's what you have to do in order to
Yeah,
play well in the game.
I don't do that.
And
Like-
I just don't do well at that. And that's when there are 4 people in the game or more, that's almost impossible for me.
I can't.
With 3 or fewer, I can't.
I can
hold on to it.
I really only focus on what I have and what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I can't. Like, I mean, people probably as smart like JT that are like, well, you already played your 70, so I know you can't outbid me on this. He's probably thinking like that. I don't have that ability.
Vanessa says, I don't think she can make the cruise this year. Well, yeah, because you keep on going on vacations every other weekend. I'm just kidding. She hasn't been going every other week. But I think she has been on 2 vacations this week. She went down to Florida. She is on vacation right now, I think. Maybe I'm crazy. But Eric says he's still waiting on his parcel. Besides Nocturne, I played Everdell Duo, which is awesome, Autor says. I ain't grumpy. I'm overly seasoned, Eric says. Yeah, maybe. I can see that. Overly seasoned. I'm going to start using that one as well. I'm not grumpy.
That was your coffee this morning.
Why? What did you put in it?
I didn't put anything. I mean, I put what I'm supposed to put. I put chocolate and creamer. But I had a problem with the chocolate sauce. So I was trying to
It wasn't as sweet
that's
as it
probably
usually
why.
is.
So I was trying to I took off the lid to get the chocolate sauce out, and then it didn't come out. So then I put back on the lid and shook the chocolate sauce down, and it went everywhere on the counter and the floor, and I think my shirt, and I just took what was remaining and put it in your coffee. So
I was wondering why you had taken time to clean the counter again after having cleaned it yesterday.
Because there was already stuff on it, like grossy stuff. That wasn't about the coffee. That was in a totally separate corner.
Let's see. Doug says, I think we've hit about 40 of the national parks so far, planning a couple more this year. Vanessa says, I was in New England last week, so I wasn't crazy. I'm home, hence shopping at Costco. That's not something I do while on vacation.
Truth.
I don't know. We've been to Costco on vacation.
I have to.
Vanessa says, awesome to Doug hitting about 40 of the national parks so far. Acadia was my newest addition. I really liked that one. You skipped over my chat.
Who?
Didn't see it, Matthew. Where was it?
You're on top chat.
I missed it, brother. Put it again. Because I was on top chat, not live chat, so I missed it. So retype it or copy and paste, bro. We'll hit you up. I promise you. Otter says, which might give everyone the impression that I'm a cutesy animals kind of gamer, but I'm actually primarily into sci-fi fantasy stuff, dungeon crawlers, skirmish, etc.
Nice.
So again, I think I missed what he said as well. Dang it, how much have I missed?
Live
Poop
chat,
a noodle.
always.
Yeah, that's my bad. Have not been to Acadia, but will hopefully do that next year with my brother-in-law in Boston.
I had visited Boston once.
I don't think I've ever been up there. I don't think I've been north of Pennsylvania. Well, I guess, I don't know, it depends. I'm having trouble with my
Geography.
with my geography right now.
Yeah, I've been to Boston once. It was actually a nice visit. They have an ice cream shop in that area called Friendly's. And it's like really good ice cream.
Yeah.
And they're all like,
No, I've been to New York.
I've been to New York.
I've been to the city, New York City.
I've been to New York City.
And we were on a layover, and my dad rented a car because it was like an 8-hour layover.
Yeah.
And we drove around
Oh, that's cool.
New York. So I saw New York City from a car. That's basically it. Like we didn't go to the Statue of Liberty or anything like that. We just drove around in a car all day long. So it wasn't 8 hours. It was probably like
Right. No, I
5
get
or
it.
6
That's
hours.
cool, though.
But that was before TSA was a thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah. You just drive right up to the gate, you know?
So, so I've been to New York, but that's the furthest north I've ever been. I don't think I've been to any of these other ones that are past New York.
I haven't been north of New York,
So,
except Boston. But Boston's not, it's not north.
New York, are you kidding me?
It's right there.
Boston is way up here in Maine.
No, it is not. Boston, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, you're right. I have the M right.
Boy.
But still,
It's right there off north.
east. I know.
Yeah,
It's
so I haven't
east.
been any further north than that.
yeah, I saw ME and
I
I thought
know.
Massachusetts.
I know.
But yeah, I guess Boston is about
Yeah, I think it's the same.
furtherance north.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've never been past New York because New York has that line that cuts the New England kind of
Yeah,
off
it
of the
does.
rest of the country. But anyway, yeah, Pennsylvania, New York, and Maryland and DC. That's the furthest north that I've been in that part of the country. But anyway, boom. Nope, not that. This. Copy and paste are the two gamers that come over. I don't get it. Copy and paste are the two gamers that come over.
Copy.
Makes
Paste.
sense. It's a far drive from there, though. We flew into Portland, Maine, and it was still a 3-hour drive. Friendly's is a nationwide chain. I used to have them in my area. Closest one to us now is 4 hours.
I thought they were really good. That's one of my best memories of Boston.
Friendly's what?
Ice cream shop.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking it was, but I couldn't remember if it was like a just ice cream or if it was like a burger hop that had like shakes and that kind of
No, I think it's just desserts, ice creams, sundaes, things.
Copy gets mad at paste, so I have to litigate. I see they didn't cover geography in Sam's schooling either. Yeah, they didn't cover a lot of things. Had to school hard knocks. The traffic in Massachusetts is awful.
I remember that.
I'm tempted to drive there from Washington and take our travel trailer. We'd get to hit a bunch of the other parks along the way.
Don't you want to go with him?
We would have to take the kids.
No. We'd have to take our own
They don't like
car.
being in cars that long.
No, we'd take our car. The kids will be fine.
Well, that's not happening for a while, because that's a long trip. I've driven down to Texas from here, and that was 3 days. All the way over to Massachusetts and Maine, that's at least a week of driving.
I got a better route, though. Go up through Canada, because that Canadian, take the Canadian rail lines, right, which just goes right through South Canada, goes all the way across. It's beautiful. Oh, let's do that. You know how you love train rides.
Ugh. Maybe the Canadian railway system will be nicer.
I thought they were nice.
Yeah, if you were half the size that I was back then.
That's true. You are now.
No, I'm 2/3 the size.
Okay.
Friendly's is a Denny's Big Boy style. Oh.
Denny's Big Boy. Denny's is a restaurant. Big Boy is a fast food. I don't know what that means.
Big Boy is not a fast food. Big Boy was Shoney's. Shoney's and Big Boy. Oh my gosh.
Denny's is a restaurant.
See, this is how it is. She has an overabundance of information about many things. And then she has a great dearth of information about many things as well. And it's like, I say Shoney's and Big Boys, and she's like, wow, I don't know. They're like the restaurant that your parents stopped at every single time on road trips.
No, we drove from Alaska to Cabo Alaska to Cabo once, Washington to Cabo all the time, and I've never stopped at a Big Boys or Shoney's. I don't know what they are.
Because you've never been to God's country, the South, which is where they are in proliferance. They were. They're not anymore. Shoney's is no longer a thing. Sam, you can't come. You have to do water samples.
Yes. Sorry, can't come.
I quit. I'm just kidding. But right before that trip, if she's going, I'm going. That's all I'm saying. Doug, if you choose to embark on this journey, you should visit Cuyahoga Valley NP. I don't know what NP stands for. National Park. That's what it stands for. I can meet you there. It's about a 1 hour, 40 minutes from Pittsburgh. 100%. I've only ever eaten at Shoney's while driving to the Outer Banks.
I don't know what Shoney's is.
It's
a restaurant.
It's Sherry's.
Okay.
It's like that, but better.
Oh, I like Sherry's.
Yeah. Now, or it's like a Marie Callender's, but not as snooty. Marie Callender's always had that air of,
Is it
our
like
pies are the best.
Chicken Factory? What's it called? Not the Chicken Factory.
Cheesecake Factory. The Chicken Factory?
90% of their dishes are chicken.
At Cheesecake Factory?
Yes.
That's weird.
I know. That's why I was like, why?
Makes you wonder what cheesecake is really made out of.
It tastes like chicken.
Chicken pie. We just got back. Hold on. I copy my images, get recorded. I paste my images, get remembered. Yeah. What did I skip over? Is this what I skipped over, Matthew?
Matt, what did he say? I copy paste? No.
No, I told him to copy paste.
Right. We missed it because you said you didn't respond
and now
to my
he's
paste.
like fixated on copy pasting and this dichotomy that they have going on in his household. Called Frisch's in Winter Park, Orlando. Thank you for the random comment, Eric. We appreciate you. We just got back from Cuyahoga, played Azul on the train there. Stop arguing, copy and paste. See, he's done. Frisch's Big Boy. Ah, there we go. There's the connector. Greg MH, Rory Rogers was the one I remember, and Stuckey's. Stuckey's was the other one.
I don't know any of these.
Stuckey's and Shoney's. Those were the two stops that my dad always shot for.
I don't know any of those.
Yeah, Stuckey's was, they had these like long...
We didn't stop. We'd stop at a grocery store. My mom would fill up the cooler.
Because your dad was a psychopath. But Stuckey's had these like super pointy roofs.
IHOP?
No, not
That had
IHOP.
the super pointy roofs.
He did. Roy Rogers still exists on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Loved Roy Rogers. Better than Arby's. Double R burger was the best.
See, I don't even eat at Arby's. Because here's the debate. I went to Arby's about 2 months ago.
Stop. Okay.
I was hungry.
This is an awesome case of when you go to certain restaurants, you just don't order certain things. You order what they're known for.
I didn't know what they were known for.
This chick goes to Arby's and just gets a regular cheeseburger.
I was like, they're okay.
Are you crazy?
I didn't know.
That's like going to Pizza Hut and getting a hot dog. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then
I think he even said, go to Arby's because I was
she
hungry.
got sick
I got
on the
sick.
cheeseburger. And I'm like, Yeah, it kind of serves you right. You don't go to a roast beef place and get a cheeseburger. Come on. You get a roast beef sandwich or something
I didn't know.
that is more...
I clearly didn't know.
I mean, it's like when Daphne goes to a restaurant. She like sits there for 10 minutes laboring over the thing. And I look at her and I go, you're going to order the cheeseburger. And then what does she order? The cheeseburger. After deliberating strenuously for 10 minutes, you're going to just order the cheeseburger. That's what you always order. Well, I don't know. What do you have? The cheeseburger.
Maybe we gotta get moving.
8:37. Yeah, we got a few minutes. I'm thinking about going to Five Guys for lunch.
Ooh, now I do know Five Guys.
Five Guys for lunch. Eaton Park is the best. Eaton Park? Never heard of it. Immediately sus. It was great. We rode in the observation dome.
Yes.
The best part was renting electric bikes and riding the tow path. They towed you behind the...
What is a tow path?
That's where they tow you behind the train. As it takes off, you have to take the tow path. They tie you to the back of the train with a rope.
No, don't mess with me.
On your electric bike.
You stop.
And they tow you down.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's exhilarating. I've done it before.
I don't think that's really what it means, but I don't know what it means.
Yeah, the observation dome
I like the observation deck.
Is actually really cool for the train. Yeah, it's really nice. By the way, don't miss the turnpike. It was always backed up. By the way, I don't miss the turnpike. It was always backed up and tight traveling. I did appreciate the scenery, though. Vanessa says, I love Arby's. The one near my house closed 2 years ago after 50 years of operation. It was a sad day.
Didn't even know.
We also had a blast hiking through the woods and there and identifying all the hardwoods that we don't have out here in the West.
Now somebody said what you would have liked. Whataburger.
Goodness.
That one you know.
No, I'm stuck on the absolute unaltered and unashamed nerdiness of Doug. We had a blast identifying all of the hardwood trees that we don't have out here in Pacific Northwest. Nerd.
I love them.
Nerd.
I love them.
Nerd.
I want to travel with them.
Beef and cheddar. Yes.
I didn't know.
Telling you. Clearly she wanted to go to a Whataburger. Right? Whataburger.
I didn't know that either
Matthew
until...
knows what's up.
I didn't know that until Sam introduced me when we went to San Antonio.
That's right. Greg says, when I was a kid, I ordered anything that wasn't seafood at Red Lobster. Now I love seafood as an adult. It's probably because you stayed away from the lackluster seafood at Red Lobster. This or that, or Sam explains. Eaton Park is our local restaurant chain in Pittsburgh area. There's one right down the road from my house. I essentially grew up eating there, which is probably why you're diminutive. All of those fast food meals.
I didn't have any fast food meals growing up, so what does that mean? I ate beets and dirt and fresh raised cattle beef and corn and potatoes, anything my mom could grow, and grape nuts.
Grape nuts. That's why. You got lodged into your spinal column and...
Yeah, my spine is pretty...
You didn't... Yeah. I'm telling you.
You guys make me laugh.
It's the trail that the mules pulled the boats down the canal on. Yeah, and it goes right next to the railroad. So you...
I don't understand. I'm having a hard time visualizing. I don't understand.
Tow road.
The mules pulled the boats on?
Okay, look. There's a canal.
Yes.
With the boats.
Yes.
And the mules would walk on one side or the other, tied to the raft that's in the canal, and they would pull the raft down the canal.
Okay.
I've seen them before. I think that's what he's talking about. But it's Doug, so who knows? David says, flip side of board games, comma, traveling, comma, culinary adventures apparently exceeded the channel name limit. Yes, you did. It's a sit-down restaurant like Denny's. Vanessa, we are Arby's fans too. Lots of them out here. In fact, here in Omak, it's considered fine dining. Exceeding my attention span right now. Well, good, because we're about to leave.
We do have to go. I got to keep Sam on
Freddy's
task.
is the best fast food chain, period. I have to deal with my mother-in-law soon. Wish me luck. You'll be fine, Matthew. Just be nice. Be yourself. I had so much seafood last week, I kind of had my fill for a while. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. All right, we do have to get going because we have to leave by 9 to go pick up. Head over to Seattle to get my our buddy back home with his daughter. So we got to head out. So anyway, thank you for joining us next week. Monday is going to be a day off as per usual. I'll be taking some water samples and water iron samples and picking them up and bringing them back to the lab and all this other kind of stuff and taking pictures and just doing a whole lot of weird stuff for Doug. So anyway,
you're working.
Working on Monday. Tuesday we'll be back with our It Belongs in a Museum. Another thing I'm going to try to do on Monday is get all of those stickers mailed out and from last week's It Belongs in a Museum, along with the 2 prize winners. I'll get those mailed out hopefully on Monday or Tuesday morning, one of the 2. And then
Wednesday
is going to be either a live review or a live playthrough. I don't know exactly which one it's going to be yet. I do know that I'm comfortable with the number of games that I got back from Origins at this point to start doing some reviews, but some of those are going to be on the Dice Tower. Thursday is going to be a...
we have some guests coming in town that we love.
Yeah, we do. But before they come into town, I believe,
Right.
we'll be doing a live... I'm going to be continuing the 1962 Championship Series for Heat. On the 11th...
I took that day off.
Yes, so we will probably do a playthrough of sorts here on the channel. If our guests want to do that. So JT will join us and I'll see what I can do as far as how many people we can hold and all of that kind of stuff. And then Saturday morning, we'll be back to normal with another live Q&A. So tomorrow, next week is going to be pretty normal. So you can be on the lookout for all of that stuff. Overdue Eric prize, that is correct. Thanks, have a great day, y'all. Alter says, time to do some cooking here. What with all this food talk again. Good to see you all. Have a great weekend. Goodbye. See you later, Micah. And see the rest of you guys on the flip side. Have a great Independence Day weekend. Take care.
Bye.